How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Deadeye. Commando, Psy-Freak, Saboteur, Sentinel, Sentinel chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Let me introduce myself. I'm the light and bright side of you, or your inner voice to be precise, an echo of balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
That's right. Light is only for those having difficulty seeing what's in front of them. Sticking to the me first path is the only way we'll be going places.
I'm surprised at the change of heart. I believe in putting yourself aside to help others, but helping the dark side is not that, you know.
You can't fight who you really are.
You're trying to keep us in the dark here, but you know it's blue blood in our veins and what it means. We have responsibilities. You can't fight the truth.
Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger. better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to... A stylish cover for your brains.
Καλησπέρα Δημήτρη.
The oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Squish it!
Ωπα ρε φίλε, τι είναι αυτό? Iron wall. Ναι. Οκ. Γίναμε level 2. Wow. Εδώ ήρθαμε ρε.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Ναι.
The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Hey, tough guy.
Y. Μάλιστα. Οκ. Mutations. Biogenetics. To use smooth mouth, press the input. You have bound the ability to wolfize an enemy. This will infect any small humanoid enemy hit. Α, πλακώνται μεταξύ τους. Πλάκα θα έχει αυτό. Α, τον δίνει σε όλο το χαρακτήρα. Μάλιστα, οκ. Μάλιστα. Alright. Ναι, γιατί έχει ακόμα αστεράκια εδώ όμως τώρα, τι δεν έχω δει. Α, έχω και το ζουζούνι. Οκ. Όπα, γιατί έβγαλε τη στολή αυτός. Γιατί ξεκινώθηκες.
Perfect pansies. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too...
Puzzle λέει, ναι.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Αυτό ήτανε πολύ δύσκολο puzzle.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right, but no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt.
Α, και ο narrator τον έχουν βρει και αυτό να...
It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Okay.
There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why. He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed. There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true. The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad. The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past. There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end. He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have. It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land. Had it not been for the
Έγινα νιάνιαρο πάλι. Α, και ο Τραβόλτα.
Asks if you are tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its soul. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. You've found one. You should be proud. They don't come out forever. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. The small tree you saw up there where you met will eventually grow into a tree of life and start giving back to nature. It'll be the heart of... You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy. You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's in. One day. But today, your focus is getting this one to become... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your... He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Mooma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind. He lost you. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters arrived. Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the Second Coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Googlide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of... The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough. He wants you to understand that you'll all die. Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the... You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the tree of life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the
50 λεπτά ήταν το
world
tutorial,
eaters.
παιδιά.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see.
Α, οκ. Τα checkpoint τα κατουράς για να βάλεις το σημάδι σου. Μάλιστα. Οκ. Πρωτότυπο. Μάλιστα. Αφού κατουρίσαμε και το checkpoint, άλλο τέρας με το που βγήκα από το
That
tutorial.
must be the world eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Έφυγε. Πάλι καλά, τη γλίτωσε το τερατάκι, αυτό είχα να πω μόνο.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the world eaters to other wrong. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues. He doesn't know what your connection is to this place.
Οι απαντήσεις έχουν επιρροή στην ιστορία, στους διαλόγους, μάλιστα. Και αναλόγως τι απαντήσεις θα δίνεις, μπορεί να σου ξεκλειδώνει άλλους διαλόγους στη
Anyway, he needs
συνέχεια.
help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not by your intentions. He's grateful for that. You still seem to have a spark of light in you.
That's a spark of light in you!
What's there to like about light? It hurts to look at.
Not as much as it hurts to look at you.
Always making this personal.
And you're always trying to pretend it's not.
Οκ, το αγγελάκι και το διαβολάκι σκοτώνονται μεταξύ τους. Έχεις αυτά το αγγελάκι και το διαβολάκι που βγαίνουν στους ώμους σου και καλά για το αν θα κάνεις το καλό ή το
He must
κακό.
have missed something important. Out-of-Date says you will make a better stand against the world eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same.
Bathroom break.
The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction, to bring
Δύο
balance to the
κελιάρικα.
world by
Δύο
wiping out the
κελιάρικα,
weak.
Δημήτρη,
They
έσκασες δύο
believe that
κελιάρικα,
cleansing is
φίλος.
necessary to restore the world and want to let the world eaters bring down the tree of life. But siding with Jagni
Εννοείται, το
isn't
ντεπονάκι
necessarily a
είναι
bad
στανταράκι,
thing.
φίλε.
Fate will
Έχω
find a
συλλογή εδώ,
way.
πήγα ξύλωσα όλο το φαρμακείο.
Out-of-Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out-of-Date will be waiting for you beneath the tree of life if you lose track of what you...
Μάλιστα.
Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be?
Πολλά διλήμματα βάζει το παιχνίδι και δεν μπορώ. Ή αυτό, ή εκείνο, ή το άλλο. Blaze, to use Blaze, press down the input you have. Όχι, δεν μ' αρέσει αυτό. Okay. Και πολλά abilities έχει ο χαρακτήρας. Και ώρα και Biomutant και... One-handed slash. Pick up. Ναι, ναι, τον άδειασα εντελώς. Pick up, pick up. Πέρα την πλάκα, μάγκες, προσέχτε με τον COVID γιατί θερίζει. Γελάμε. Ή waste scrap. Τα πουλάω αυτά. Τη γέφυρα ή το ποτάμι? Πάρουμε τη γέφυρα.
It's a bridge. Just get over it.
Ο narrator είναι πιωμένος, ρε. Χαπακώνεται. Τι γίνεται εδώ? Παπα, πέφτει ξύλο. Το βαράμε. Τώρα εγώ έδιρα αυτούς. Έπρεπε να τους δίνω αυτούς. Αυτούς με... και με αυτούς με βάζω. Ωραία, ξεκίνησα πόλεμο με όλους, ρε. Μπράβο, ρε, Γιώργο. το παίξουμε στην Fable. Θα τους σκοτώσουμε όλους απλά.
Just stay down.
Οκ. Ναι. Τώρα δεν ξέρω πώς θα επηρεάσει όλο αυτό το story, αλλά σκότωσα και τους καλούς και τους κακούς. Γεια σου Παμπλίτο.
They've destroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tribe war began.
Και φτάνουμε σε ένα φρούριο κάτι.
That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war or part of the problem.
Μισό να κατουρίσω εδώ το checkpoint. Έτσι, μπράβο.
Let's see.
Α, αυτή ήταν με τα μαύρα που τους σκότωσε.
Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Figures the Sifu would be interested in seeing you.
Οκ, τώρα αυτούς πρέπει να τους πάρω συμμάχους ή αυτούς ή τους άλλους. Θα διαλέξω δηλαδή ποιους θέλω συμμαχία.
Zata is the muito tloho. Kariesne zdatse. Paro, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy.
Χρόνια πολλά, Παύλο,
The
χρόνια πολλά.
Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 preceded you. He's referred... There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense your kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish. He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Jagni. That big heart of yours makes you... He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival.
I'm a rival.
Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war and offers you a last chance to come back and join when you realize you've picked the wrong side. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad's Stone Fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them. It was built on the back of many, including us, and claimed by Myriad when the construction was abandoned after the attack on the old village. It was your Muma's vision for a new home for us all. It's time to say goodbye for now. And if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end for you. Let's see.
Οκ, αφού αυτή είναι η darkness, πάμε στους άλλους. Φαντάζομαι θα είναι το light οι άλλοι.
Busting heads.
Στο διάλο Pokemon σκοτώνω. Σαν Pokemon είναι οι εχθροί. Πρέπει να φτιάξω λίγο. Δεν μ' αρέσει κάτι στο brightness. Τώρα είναι λίγο καλύτερο, δεν είναι? Ήταν συνέχεια σαν να έχει μια ομίχλη το παιχνίδι.
Look at those muscles.
Ναι, αυτό το φρούριο μοιάζει πιο πολύ για light. Πιο ζωντανό φαίνεται.
That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. Says just because you've made time to meet the Sifu doesn't mean he...
Sibi? La fanen agin kan man. Geraten der Fall hutut mus. Tugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace.
Άρα καλά διαλέξαμε.
The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the wall that separates them from the other side? The wasteland you came from? He guesses the time spent there just left a blank space in your memory, as empty and barren as the wasteland itself. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wait. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. He remembers your kind and unselfish. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the...
Ναι, αυτός δεν με ρώτησε όμως αν θέλω να γίνουμε alliance. Επειδή δεν έγινα με τους άλλους, έγινα υποχρεωτικά με αυτόν. Μάλλον.
Doesn't believe... Understands you have things.
Wow, παντελόνι.
broke it down to the basics. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred. So much damage. You seem better.
Γεια σου Ιωάννης. Τώρα το ξεκίνησα. Εντάξει. RPG με Kung Fu και δεν συμμαζεύεται είναι. Απ' όλα έχει. Λίγο σπαστική διάλογη, πάρα πολύ, και μιλάει σε μια γλώσσα καταλαβίστικη χαρακτήρες, μετά τα μεταφράζει ο narrator. Αλλά σαν gameplay ωραίο είναι. Εντάξει, περνάει η ώρα σου ευχάριστα. Καλά, το Ναράκα, ναι, είναι, εντάξει, είναι φοβερό. Απίστευτο είναι το Ναράκα. Δεν το περίμενα, να σου πω την αλήθεια, ότι θα ήταν τόσο καλό. Γιατί θες να του πεις συγχαρητήρια? Το έσωσε βασικά, όχι το έφτιαξε. Το έσωσε γιατί θα το κλαίγαμε.
Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer.
Ας κατουρίσουμε το checkpoint.
Let's see.
Μάλιστα. Α, είναι μεγάλος ο χάρτης. Όχο. Και πρέπει να τους κατακτήσω όλους. Τι λες?
As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over.
Πάμε κι άλλο flashback.
Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Learning to swim can be scary when you don't know what you're doing. But fortunately, he's here to give you a helping hand. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. Why not? There's no better time to do what needs to be done than right now.
Οκ. Εντάξει, αυτό δεν το λες κολύμπι. Πλατσουρίζει.
He says that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Judging by your Mooma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a...
Μάλιστα. Οκ. Ευχαριστώ για το stretch. Το κάτι φωτίσει, αλλά ακόμα δεν κάνουμε τίποτα εδώ μάλλον. Οκ. Και τα είδες του χωριού. Τι θέλουν τώρα. Ο Τσαμπουκάς.
Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't.
Okay. Αν αυτά που φωτίζανε. Ας ψάξουμε και τα σκουπίδια. Γιατί όχι.
He wonders what usefulness you found. He says every little thing counts. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. That's the spirit. You can't make a difference unless you get your hands dirty. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes he's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away. Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. They look determined. Better watch out.
A funky donkey Donny.
He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going.
A funky donkey Donny.
He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. He wants to know who you think you are. They push each other to become better, and sometimes someone gets pushed down along. She asks if you're hurt. What happened? If confidence is silent and insecurity is loud, the most important thing is that you're... It's time to focus on your Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him, too, before you leave for training. He'll talk to her, sure, but you know she wants you to accept responsibility. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle. He's curious to see what you've found. He's all for renewal and has even... He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you. The style might be too edgy for his taste. You should take it. He's looking forward to seeing what... Your Muma says it's about time you got here. Hopes you're as ready as you claim to be. She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down. Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you. Thanks you for being such a good student. Been working on a present for you, with the help of You should go see him and find out what it is. Catchy. Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful. A piece of scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device. It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see. Says it's not a record keeper. Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day. Says a good rest makes you ready. Rest and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it. Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been... Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on.
Το αφήνω κάπου εδώ, σας χαιρετάω. Τα λέμε αργότερα.